couple of minutes.
Hey, Moose, I haven't seen you pull that drink out in a while. That you know what? It's been at least 6 months since you've had that drink. That's probably the same drink you had 6 months ago.
I finally found it on sale again. That was the reason why you see it now.
That's the same one you had in the car for 6 months. You just
I don't pay full price for that thing. Are you kidding me?
Yes, he does.
Yeah. You can't pay full price for drinks.
Mm-hmm.
Cola. You don't do it.
Hey, that's not even 20 ounces. That's 16 right there. They just put it long.
Yeah, they said on sale, but it's the 14 ounce.
16.9. Are you kidding me? Yeah, this is the 6-pack. That's how you know you have the 6-pack, because you have the slim.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got the 20 ounces. That's not
the Fat Boys. Yeah.
That's the new 20 ounce. It's the 14 ounce.
Same price as the 20 ounce.
That's right. But you get less.
No, you don't.
We're looking out for you.
Listen,
we have your well-being.
This guy brings his homemade glass.
That's right, homemade.
With his homemade water. And
I'm not gonna say where it's from.
He said homemade glass. Let me see that again. Put that up there.
That's not homemade.
Look at that, homemade.
Hey,
with that,
is that a kindergarten arts project?
These are old, man. These are old school.
Hey, that was a McDonald's Happy
people. Yeah, exactly.
Hey, that's a McDonald's Happy Meal from '92.
That's exactly where it's from, and they're popular,
when they used to give souvenirs when you bought a Happy Meal,
right? Hey,
yeah. Now they give you what's left over. Like they're like, we could never sell these. Give them away.
Let me dig to the box here. Give me just a minute.
No, they give you the wish. They give you the wish version of those toys, and they just put it in a Happy Meal. So it is.
You know what? I feel the same way when I send out a package and nobody says, "Hey, thank you for the stuff you sent." Like I'm like, okay, well, I guess they thought it was the wish version.
Yeah, it's like, this wasn't sent. This wasn't meant for me.
This wasn't meant for me.
Yeah.
This is all. This is all you sent.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. Hey, I appreciate the ketchup pack. Could you have splurged for little Heinz?
No, it says ketchup. That's what you need.
Nah. That's it. I want the. You know what? I want the ketchup from Chick-fil-A.
Hey, I want to show you guys a couple of things as we're waiting. We'll get started here in just a minute. I'm going to show you. Can I show you something? Can I show you something?
Yeah. Show and tell the best part of the podcast.
Show and tell the best part of the podcast. Right. So the first thing I'm going to show you is, as we go to cons, and we're invited to cons all across the United States, and these cons, we'll do interviews, we'll do pictures, we do just whatever. And but partly when we do these the video interviews and things, we've always wished for something more. We always wish for I wish we had this, I wish we had that, I wish I could get something. Okay, well,
oh man,
so
think about wish.
I picked something up. DJI has they came out with something that was just completely cool, and I'm going to show you what it is that they came out.
Is this where we're going right off the bat? We're going with DJI. Okay.
Yeah, DJI. So this is the mic setup. It's a dual mic setup for DJI. You can hook it up to your DSLR or your camcorder or your phone or whatever you got, and it's great because it does. I don't know if it shows here. It does clip onto your interviewee. So so your subject. So you see there, so there's one, and then there's the two mics. So you can have one on you, one on the subject, and then it records both. So you're not having to take this microphone and do like this the entire time. That is really cool. This came in. It's all digital. It's great. Anyway, I'm excited to use it. I haven't been able to use it yet. It's charged,
in the box.
ready to go. Well, no, it's out. This is just the box.
It's out.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I was gonna say, it looks like
a minute. I'm like, that's.
I feel like I'm at Costco. You just pick up the placard and take it to the front. That's all. Yeah.
Let me know if you want to.
Do me a favor, Moose. Do me a favor, Moose. Show it again and then toss it. That's how I know it's.
I already did. I just did that.
There you go. There you go. No. It went into the background.
That's really cool, by the way, Moose, because I have the single version mic, and I know you do too.
Yes,
that goes with the camera, and those are pretty cool. So that's nice. I like that. I'm
not done though. I got something else to show.
Wait, there's more.
But I happened to be. Guys, have you ever? When was the last time you went into a mall?
Oh,
An indoor.
Are those
mall.
around?
Yeah, they are. They used to be. Anyway, this is really crazy because
It was
I
my
went
virtual tour when I was watching Stranger Things.
I went into an indoor mall and I'm like, oh man, this is crazy. Because first of all, I recognize out of an entire mall, I recognize 3 stores. That's the first thing.
That's sad.
Because all the other stores were simply something that's not national. They're not national. They're just local. Wait. It seems like
you went into a mall or you went into a con.
Yeah, that sounds like same thing. Because the thing that I did recognize was GameStop. And
GameStop and the booth where they were selling.
They had one.
Well, then they had an Annie Ann's, which I stopped in there.
Oh yes, of course.
Of course you did.
In this GameStop,
of course you did.
In this GameStop, I saw this and I was like, "Oh, I haven't seen."
Wait! Hold on. Please tell me that you did not get an Optimus Prime helmet.
I know you like Optimus Prime, man.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. I didn't.
That would have been hilarious.
This was pretty cool. So I saw this and I was like, I don't ever remember seeing this, but online or anything. So this is not a toy. It says it clearly right there. It is Star Wars. It says The Mandalorian, and let me see if I can scoot this back here. These are bookends.
Oh,
you see that?
What?
Yeah. And they're heavy. They're not anything light. They're heavy. They're bookends.
That's got to be new. That's got to be new.
I've never seen that. $35. Got 2 bookends. The Mandalorian. How about that?
Hey, toss that box. Let me see if you got it out of there.
Ready? It's like that.
He did take them out.
No, I was gonna say they'll never come out of the box. I was just gonna say that.
Nope, because you put in and out. Yeah, that's no big deal. Now, I have something else I want to talk about.
I'm going to GameStop tomorrow.
You should. I haven't seen those anywhere else, so good luck. All right. Now this is something that is near and dear to my heart, and I really wanted to try to do something tonight with it on the podcast, but it just didn't work out that way. So I wanted to let you to know that as you guys know, there's something that was floating out there from a great company that I go, oh man, I really just need to pick this up. Well, I just can't hold it back. I just can't hold it back. This is called the new Mac Studio.
Wait a minute.
This is the Mac Studio, and I am so excited to put this and spark this up.
I have a problem.
and use it on the podcast. I'm so excited because
Moose, I gotta tell you, that's just so exciting that you were able to get your Mac product as soon as
you start, Mike.
I love it, man. You get your Apple stuff.
Listen,
you know what? When you've been a user, they look out for you.
I got to tell you, one of the things you have to do is you got to name drop Podcast or Sci-Fi when you go into the Mac store, and they look you up and they're like, "Oh, hey, thank you for being a business client." And yes, sir, we'll put you right on. So I get this call.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah. I get these emails and these calls that go, "Hey, if you need anything, please don't use the the website to schedule it. Call me directly, and I will get you in whenever you like." Like you get treated so well, and like you're first class, and I love that.
I'm about to cancel my order.
you should have done it under the business name.
Listen. For anyone who doesn't know, I think I ordered it before you got that, right? So I ordered an.
I think you ordered it before Moose even saw it. That was like a year ago, wasn't it, or something?
I ordered a new iMac and hooked it up, got bells and whistles, added some stuff to it. And I ordered it because it was a 2-week lead time. I'm like, oh yes, 2 weeks. Because I wanted to, when they first announced it, remember, I wanted to get it back then, but I didn't want to wait 6-7 weeks.
I was like, you should just do it. Yeah.
So, I did it. So I did it back, and I just looked at it. I did it back on March 23rd is when I ordered it. Right? Yeah. March 23rd, nearly a month now.
Yeah. It
said 2 weeks. You'll get it April 2nd or 3rd or something like that. I was like, yes, let's go.
Did you pay for the quicker shipping?
Yes, I did.
Oh, wow.
I did. Right. So excited. I get an email like 4 days before I'm supposed to get it. Due to unforeseen circumstances, we're going to have to push that back to May 2nd to the 6th. What? What? And now you show me that. You show me this?
Yes.
Oh no.
Well, I got news for you, Game God. You just gotta know the right people, and you got to name drop. You got to name drop. You got to name drop.
So I guess when I said Bill Gates, that wasn't the right person.
That was the wrong one.
No, that was the wrong one for sure.
Yeah, they were like, oh yeah, we're gonna delete this guy again.
That's when they delayed it. You're like, oh, okay, we got you.
He said what?
Oh, he said the magic password. He said the magic password.
So anyway, I'm excited to get that up and going. I did some transfers to it, but I wasn't able to really get it ready for the podcast.
Is it out the box? Toss the box.
It's absolutely out of the box. The box is pretty heavy. I can't toss it because it might hit something over there. It is out of the box. As a matter of fact, it's on this desk. Yeah, it's on this desk that I'm using right now. The issue is that and not that anybody really cares of how this stuff is set up. I know you do, but no one else watching or listening to this really cares. The inputs are completely different from what I'm using now. So that's the issue, is that I even a monitor, you could use a DVD or an HDMI output, but I'm like, I don't want to use an HDMI output because then I'm limited to only one monitor. I need multiple monitors. So it's a different output. So you have to use Thunderbolt displays.
So you get adapters and stuff like
that.
You
get adapters and dongles and.
Just to reiterate, if you take the line out, and put it in backside of the monitor there.
Okay.
Now I'm just going to reiterate this again. I'm just going to
reiterate
say it again.
Yeah, tell me what do I need to do?
I want to know what's the reiteration we got going on here.
It was
the video that we just watched a minute ago.
Yeah, 3/4 inch to a half an inch
jack. 3/4.
Don't cheap out on the cords. Get the good stuff.
Get the good stuff. But anyway, they're different. So you don't have like mini displays or USB-C or like Thunderbolt 3s or 2s. Like you have Thunderbolt 4, which is like a USB-C.
Right.
It's different. It's called a Thunderbolt, but it still looks like a USB-C.
How many Thunderbolts out there?
4. Anyway, you got it, but it's the 4 now is a USB-C with display capability. Anyway, so you can't hook up the same monitors, and I'm using, believe it or not, these screens that I'm using here are Thunderbolt displays. They're called Apple Cinema displays or Apple Thunderbolt displays, which is the later version, which is the new upgraded version of the Cinema display. Anyway, and so without going into all these details, I'm trying to figure out, will Moose need a new monitor?
Oh, it's already ordered. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I was going to say it's
a 4K monitor. That's not the Cinema, because the Cinemas are great. They're just older monitors, and they're not 4K. And I don't need 4K, but I think, man, maybe I should just pick one up instead of using like a 4K TV, because 4K TVs don't make the best monitors. Right. Subsequently, 4K monitors don't make the best TVs. So
listen here, Mike. I'm going to give you the over under as a week. What are you taking?
As a week?
Yeah, 1 week. Over under.
Before he gets it, or before he orders
when he gets it. When he gets it, he's ordered it.
Already. Oh, it's already ordered.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you. Well, it depends. If you didn't mention the podcast for sci-fi, it's going to be a couple months. But if he did, he'll have it by the time we meet again.
Oh, we know what exactly. So you're going with the under? You're going with the under?
Yeah.
Okay.
How about the over under how long he was upstairs today trying to put this together?
Hey. As soon as UPS just brought it right to the upstairs piece.
Listen,
they didn't even go to the front door.
Like I said,
in the office.
I got to figure out how many things I'm going to keep hooked up. Do I still hook up the Mac Minis? Do I still take the trash cans?
I can tell you his desk looks like an Apple museum. He still has the very first, the Macs, and then it comes down to he's got the bazooka. He's got
I get the bazookas there, the trash cans. I got the.
All he needs a little card, the little fold cards. What year? Just put the year.
We all know Moose, including Moose, and it's not going anywhere. He says, I got to figure out if I'm going to do this, if I'm going to keep this, if I'm going to move this. It's not going anywhere. The only thing he's going to do is get his stuff set up that he wants now. And he's still going to try to figure out how to have everything hooked up at the same time.
Bigger desk.
I want 10 computers at one time, and I want 10 screens. I want 20 screens.
Well, you've already said you got like 75 devices connected to your Wi-Fi.
I do, and I've got one more. Just added one more. So
there you go. Hey, and he's getting the backup. He's getting the backup for that.
Hey, you never know. If I can figure out how to daisy chain all the computers at one time.
Daisy chain.
I've heard that term in a while.
Yeah, so if I can do that.
Daisy chains. Yeah, please describe that for our audience.
I'm sorry. If you're not watching, oh well. Now let's get this thing started.
We didn't even start yet.
We got some good stuff to talk about here. Hold on. Here we go. Let's do this. Oh, I forgot how to do it. With so much happening this week, you have Dumbledore opening up to some fantastic versus poor numbers. You've got the Thor trailer. You've got Star Trek, the animated series, The Next Generation. What is this? Oh yeah, Voltron and all kinds of some video games. Who knows what tonight has in store? Let's talk. Oh wait.
According to Wikipedia, a nerd is a person seen as overly intellectual, obsessive, introverted, or lacking social skills. Many so-called nerds are described as being shy, quirky, pedantic, and unattractive. We're here to prove Wikipedia right.
Oh, look who they let in.
This is Podcast for Sci-Fi, where all things sci-fi come to life. If it's fantasy, sci-fi, gaming, movies, interviews, we're talking about it. We're talking about it. This is Podcast for Sci-Fi, and here's your host, Moose, Game God, and Magic Mike.
Welcome to Podcast for Sci-Fi, where all things sci-fi come to life. This is episode number 342 on the microphone. It's a hodgepodge of stuff to talk about. I got some surprises for you guys. I want to talk about some cool stuff. We just did some show and tell on the Facebook Live piece. If you guys missed that, go to the website or go to Facebook and go check that out. Because maybe you'll like some of the stuff that we talk about. This is tech stuff. It's tech show and tell. There's Star Wars show and tell. There's all kinds of good stuff. So we have a little fun on the pregame.
What it really is Moose spent money show and tell.
Oh well, no.
That's what it is. And knew the right people to get it in time. Show and tell. That's
this week, yeah. But you never know. The next week could be Game God. Because the guy spends money like he's
apparently not. Apparently, I don't know the right people.
You should have somebody sometime in June who'll have a show and tell.
Yeah. Let's book it. Let's put on the docket.
Let's start. Listen. For whatever reason, I know, we have a social media manager for the podcast, and I'm not sure if he, reads the social media, but there was a post in our social media talking about Dumbledore and those numbers. Did you, I didn't happen to go see it. I know Magic Mike briefly told me today that he went to see the movie. Game God, did you see Dumbledore?
No, I did not.
Okay. All right. Do you have some numbers for Dumbledore?
Oh,
do you have that?
I do have some numbers.
Okay, good.
And it's funny is that I did send an email to the social media manager and said that not to put out that particular social media post because that may be a topic.
Did you? Okay. Well,
apparently the email got lost in the mail.
Yeah.
So we should talk about our post. Is that what you're saying? I'm confused.
Oh, wait a minute.
Not to put out the post until after the post.
Oh,
so
well.
Anyway, so yes, it did have an opening numbers, and I got to tell you, the headline says it all. Possibly the worst opening since the history of Harry Potter. So with that foreshadowing. The guess is here. I'm gonna let Magic Mike give him time to look it up. So you can
go ahead. Get time to look it up, Magic Mike. Go ahead. Tell us what you think it came in.
No, I already know because as I
there you go.
Here's the problem. There you go. I tell the truth. Yeah, I tell you.
Oh,
that's right.
Is that the
what I know?
300 episodes later,
when
we
I
get the
know,
truth. Okay.
When I know, I tell you. When I don't know, then I don't know.
Is that how we
But
started tonight, Mike?
Here's the issue: is that as I'm driving along, I'm listening to the radio, and then boom, there it is. So because it's big enough news. So Moose, I want to hear your guess.
I stopped listening to radio in 88. No, 88. Yeah, I haven't listened to it.
Well, when I say radio, talk shows as well listen to, but nonetheless, and podcasts. Podcasts are sci-fi specific.
RSS feeds.
I listen to podcasts when I'm out and about. So I don't know about you. All right. So you don't want to guess because I'll guess. I do not know the actual number, but I'm going to guess for Harry Potter, Dumbledore. This is post-COVID. The problem, I didn't see many advertisements. We talked about this just recently. You just didn't see any lead up, any build up. But I'm going to say 78 million.
78 million. That's a good number considering that it's not a Marvel film, right?
Right.
So I'm gonna start out with 2016 Fantastic Beasts, the first one, 74.4 million opening weekend. That's back in 2016.
Okay, all right.
2018, the sequel, Fantastic Beasts and the Crimes of Grindelwald.
Right.
Did I say that right?
Yes, you did.
62.1 million.
Oh boy.
Hey, so I'm gonna hey. You want to go with door number 1, or you want to go what's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
Hey, if you got a 1912 Buffalo nickel, I'll change for you.
I got some nail clippers, Monty. Will this work?
So here we are in 2022, and it came out at an estimated $43 million opening.
Ooh,
$43
million
opening.
43. That's not good. That's
right?
not good.
That is by far a new low for Harry Potter and the Fantastic Beast cruise.
Yeah.
So, Mike, what you got? What do you want to add?
Well, I was going to say, before I get into, I won't give any spoilers on it, but I'll talk a little bit about it. But just to compare Moose, and we've kind of hinted around just in our personal conversations, how it compared to Sonic 2, the movie that came out?
No, I do not. Tell me.
Sonic did 71.
The number 2, Sonic 2 did 71.
Yes, did 71 its opening weekend, and Fantastic Beasts 3 did 43 million. This is insane, and I think right now they're at 150 domestic or something. Or international.
International. You are at 193.
Okay, which is to be expected because it is Harry Potter. But and it's JK. But here's the thing: I got to tell you, and we talked about. And I hate saying this, Moose. These words do not feel right coming out, but Game God was right. And it just doesn't taste right.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. Thank you. I take back my comments from earlier.
I love Mads Mikkelsen and what he's done. I don't think he was able to take the role the same direction that Johnny Depp was going to.
No way. Are you serious?
I am serious.
I believe him on this. I believe him on this because there was a look that Johnny Depp had that made that character stand out.
Well, here's the problem is I'm comparing, and that's the issue. So had we had Mads from the beginning, it may be a different conversation. But comparing the two and the look, again, that Game God's talking about, that Johnny Depp had was much different than Mads had.
So did he? Let me ask you this because I haven't seen it. No spoiler, but did he do a good job acting then?
I felt like I was watching
the wall, but just acting. Period.
Yes, he did a good job of acting, but I felt like I was watching Doctor Strange and his role in Doctor Strange.
Really?
So here's the deal. Here's the deal.
He was sorry, Game God, but he was the same character. Like, when he's talking Doctor Strange, who am I to judge? That same kind of laid back talk of being that person, and you got to have more into it. I'm sorry. So he did a good job, but it wasn't right for the role, I don't think.
Okay, so we haven't seen it, right? So I'm going on just appearances, right?
Yeah.
So because Johnny Depp started the role, right? Yeah. Johnny Depp had a crazy look. He had a outrageous, like he was unpredictable. He seemed like he was. You just didn't know what you were gonna get, and that sold that role, that character to be like, I like that guy. Unpredictability, right? When you look at Mads, right?
Yeah.
You look at him, and he is the calm, cool, collective bad guy. And that's the way I see him. And that's not that he can't. That's the way I see him, right?
Right.
Not to say that he can't play that role, right? He can't play. I think Johnny Depp is that character that really puts it out there, though.
But here's the thing. So, quick question, Magic Mike, with the just a yes or no. Did they explain anything of why he looked different?
No.
Okay, so from the first onset of Fantastic Beasts, from the first one, so part 1, part 2, part 3, we'll say, in part 1, the majority of the film. 99% of the film, his character, Johnny Depp's character, wasn't played by Johnny Depp. It was played by Colin Farrell.
That is correct.
So do you think if they would have been able to explain it in a different way, that would have made more sense? And then you go, okay, now I buy it.
That's a great point. I think that you're probably right. The problem was with all the noise surrounding it. But I think that probably would have made more sense. Like, he's got to hide again. He's got to change who he is again to not be caught. I got to tell you, because there's some great fight scenes in there, some great stuff with wands and action scenes. But for the most part, it felt like it was just.
Did they do too much? Did it feel like they tried to do too much? Because the final trailer makes me feel that they're trying to do a lot in that last trailer.
No, because I'm not going to spoil it. So I'm just going to leave it at what I'm saying. And that is, there were some good action scenes, but it fell a little flat. And when you see it, if you guys want spoilers outside of this, we'll talk about it. But
no, I don't. But I'd like to hear your 1 to 10. What would you give it?
Okay, here we go now.
6.
Ooh. Wow.
Hey, a 6 is like a 3.
That's your 3.
When it's coming from a Harry Potter fan, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Well, so I do have the Rotten Tomato score.
Okay, quick.
All right, 48 on the tomato meter.
Wow.
But the audience thought it was an 85.
Well, I gotta tell you though, that's not impressive for a Harry Potter film. I'm sorry, it's just not.
That seems like a big disparity there.
It is.
I'm not sure I buy that.
Well, not only that, Moose, but I mean, if we were talking about Harry Potter, you'd be in the 90s. So
that's true. That's true.
Okay. All right. Well, let's talk about something else. I have a story to tell, and it has something to do with Star Trek: The Animated Series. Do you guys remember the original Star Trek: The Animated Series?
I do.
The animated,
yes,
from TOS.
Yes.
It's like 73, 74, I think. It ran for 2 seasons. I have the box set here. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Now, here's the thing. And by the way, that was the box set. It's either DVD or Blu-ray. It's one or the other, buddy. Here's the issue with that series. Up until 2006, I think it is, or somewhere around that, you couldn't even find it in publication anywhere. Like, you couldn't find it on DVD. You had to be underground to find it.
Right.
So they then released a set, and that's what this set is that I purchased. So I'm like, yes, and you don't have to find it. And does it hold up? Now, here's the thing with the original animated series. One, the animation was not that good.
It was
very robotic.
I'm looking at it right now.
Yes, yeah, very robotic. The animation was just not that good, but it was sufficient for its time, but wasn't very good.
This animation looks like your Spider-Man.
Thanks, appreciate that. Here's one of the kickers though with this is that the original voices, they got the original actors use the voices in the animation, which is big. That's big. And it went on for a couple of years. Gene Roddenberry just wasn't really happy with it, and things like that. Anyway, it's kind of funny. So they kind of took it out of canon, and it was put back in at some point in time. Well, anyway, the somebody decided, hey, I'm going to take an episode or part of an episode from TNG. So you use the original voices and make a animated series from TNG from Star Trek in the same way that it was done originally for TOS.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's kind of fun. And I'll put a link in our in our notes for this particular episode on the website, so everybody can go on and take a look at it. But it is on YouTube.
For the basketball purists,
not the basketball purist.
Not the basketball
That
purist.
is incorrect. You never know on YouTube what you're going to get.
You don't.
Well, I was just about to say Star Trek really going out there for the basketball purists.
That's the animated version.
I literally click on YouTube and it starts talking about something. I can't stand that. Anyway, like automatic play.
Hey, pay for the ones without ads.
But I'll put yeah. Hey, if anybody wants to donate to the podcast or we can get YouTube, I'll be happy to do that. But listen, there is I'll put a link in the notes on our website, podcastforsci-fi.com, and you can go to it, or you can go to YouTube and search for Star Trek TNG animated, and you're going to run across a company or a guy who decided that he's going to use the company's tools to do it, and it's kind of funny, and it's very small. It's probably 5 minutes long, but it's done so well. And it gives a round of applause to the TOS animated original series. It looks like it fell out of the same time frame.
Really?
Yeah, it's incredible. I really fell in love with it.
That should be exciting. I'll definitely have to check that out.
Yeah, you have to go and look at this, guys. It's really funny. And if you are familiar with the original series, you'll really love this piece.
Well, and I know you're saying that, it wasn't like the animation was aged, right? It's 1973. Yeah. But I'm telling you, I liked it okay. I could still watch it again today. I don't know if I would watch it consistently, but the animation to me was sufficient. And with the actual voices, because it's a funny piece to that time frame.
It was.
Come on, Mike. You're telling me you would watch this animation now?
I have watched it, and yes, I would watch it now. Yeah.
That's you have far too much time on your hands.
Listen, Game God, here's the thing. In 73, 74, that's all you had.
Yes.
So,
I get it. But
hey,
I'm saying now, would you watch it?
If this was Transformers, Game God be like, oh my gosh, I gotta
right.
get some of that again. I loved it. It was so good.
I wanna disagree with you guys, but I really can't. I really can't. Anyone who knows at 300 episodes in here, I would be straight lying if I said that.
And once you see this, I would love to get you guys' opinion. Magic Mike, would you watch an animated TNG show if they came out with it?
Okay, I would watch it, yes.
Okay.
But I can tell you I haven't watched any of the more recent ones. So it has to be along the lines of TNG. Because I haven't been I think I've tried Prodigy. There's another one.
I'm not talking about like that. Yeah, I'm not talking about like Bluey. Yeah, like
Bluey.
Like, I'm not talking about like the way that it's drawn like that.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about like properly done.
Yeah.
Would you watch
an
animated series of like TNG? And I'm talking about the original actors. I'm talking about the voices from the original actors or somebody who can mimic it that well. Would you watch? Game Guy, would you watch?
So I have two questions before I answer that, right? The first question is, are we going to draw animated like an anime like Voltron kind of deal, like that kind of animation? Or are we drawing it more like realistic?
It doesn't matter to me, because for me, I would watch it like the original TOS came out. Like I would watch the whole thing. It would.
So here's the second question for me. Would you prefer it to be the TNG that we know just made into an animated series, or do you want new content?
New content.
Yeah, it'd have to be new content. But
okay, so to answer the question, I'd watch it.
You haven't even seen you haven't even seen TNG. The live action,
but if they do it like for me, if they do it like in a Voltron style, like that kind of animation, like an anime kind of deal, man, I'd have to watch it. And they have to go full on out. Like I want Japanese intros,
you got to be careful of how much you do that, because in the American market, it doesn't really correspond with stuff that not to be Japanese.
And that's me, by the way. I am not into that anime. I'm into the TOS. I would watch that. And here's the thing. Here's what's really unfortunate, because we're not going to talk about it tonight, but I think I'd watch it over Picard right now.
Ah, yes.
Well,
yes. I watch anything over Picard right now.
Get into that. Listen, we're waiting for these series to wrap up. So if you're wondering if we're going to talk about it again, we will. We'll talk about Picard, Halo. What other series do we have? I forgot.
Picard, Halo, and look, we can't even talk about it.
Yeah. Whatever it is.
Yeah, something out there.
We'll be talking about
Moon Knight.
Moon Knight. Yes, thank you.
Sunshine. I mean Moon Knight. Yeah.
we'll be talking about those at the season ends or closer to maybe the up to the final episode.
You got Moon Knight and Sun Soldier.
We're not just a TV series movie podcast. We talk about everything.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, guys, you got to check this. You got to check this particular animation out from the TNG. You got to check it out. I want to be there when you watch it. All right.
Listen. I want to steal something here. So you talked about animation, right? So
okay.
I
this is
don't
important.
want to.
So you go ahead. No. I want you to go ahead. But I got something else to add to animation.
Okay. So it'll lead in.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. All right.
So and from an animation piece, how about if I told you that they're gonna make Darth Vader in a video game? Right? Would it get you excited?
No, I would. Well, I have video games with Darth Vader in it, so that wouldn't be too bad. Yeah.
How about we put Darth Vader in Fortnite?
Well, I think you mentioned this a while back. Didn't you mention this?
Yes, I did mention it, and so our sources are confirming that this is going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we had mentioned it's like talk. But not only is it Darth Vader, it's also Indiana Jones.
Oh,
right?
Oh,
yeah.
Right?
Now,
wait. You said, "Oh boy," is that a good old boy or that is not a good old boy?
No, because we recently started playing this. They took out the building mode for Fortnite,
right.
So I'm like, okay, I'll try it now. And then they put the building mode back in because they were like, "Oh, Moose is playing; he's destroying everybody." Put the building mode back in.
What were you like, 25-0?
Yeah,
I didn't know they added it back in.
Yeah, they added it back in.
2 weeks later, they added it back in.
So,
we were unstoppable.
Yeah, it was an undefeated run, and I'm like, oh, this is too easy. So
undisputed tag team champions.
Yeah, three times. So, but here's the thing, with the Fortnite thing, and I hadn't played it up and for any length of time up until recently, and so all these characters do they dance to like a little song.
Yeah.
Do it
I
again.
think do the same thing for and then if you speed that up, it's like they have like lights going and disco ball. Sorry, only Mike is laughing. Okay.
I don't want to go that route, so I just left it alone.
Here's the problem: are you gonna tell me you're gonna have Darth Vader doing the Running Man?
Yes.
Yes,
they are.
I don't like
that's a problem for me as well, right? Because up until this point, Darth Vader is ominous. He's evil. Right? He's scary. Depending on which movie version you watch. If it's Rogue One. If it's Rogue One, that's probably the most ominous Darth Vader. And then we're gonna put him in here. He's going to be doing the Running Man and the Nene.
Yeah. No, I can't see it.
The whip and the Nene.
So if you're gonna put him in, you can't have him do stuff like that.
He is rumored though he is going to be a boss fight in Fortnite. So it's going to be multiple people trying to take him down. And to take him down, I wonder what goodies are you going to get? His red lightsaber? Are you going to get force choke? What are you going to get? What can they give you? So
hey, speaking of that, can I say something real fast?
Back to you.
Thank you. If you go in the archives, you go to Google and search Hayden Christensen test fight as Darth Vader. So if you go back, and look at his test, I saw something recently that an insider had put up, and it was a test video of him doing Darth Vader, and he was complete. He's not in the suit, so you see it's clearly him, and he is in it. Like his face looks angry. He does a force choke on a particular person and puts him back against a wall, and then drops him. I mean, it's incredible. This sword fighting, what he was doing with lightsabers, of course, was spot on, and he was it was so fast and choreographed, and he looked the part. The way he looked, his face looked like what Darth face would look like under the mask, I guess.
So is it the test footage for the Revenge of the Sith?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Purple background.
You gotta check that out. It is incredible. When you get time, you got to go in and look at that. I'm gonna go back to animation real fast though. You guys know Voltron, the animated series, from old, from new, from in between. And we love it. And we've loved it, haven't we? Haven't you loved Voltron?
Absolutely.
Up until the very end, yes.
Of the new one, you're saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes. The old one loved every episode.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, all right. Let me. Sorry. That's more YouTube. You never know what you're gonna get. So up until the last one, but if you go back and we've talked a little bit about playing with the idea of what if you could do other stuff with Voltron. We talked about having another run. We talked about what else have we mentioned about Voltron?
New toys, more toys,
new toys. What else?
I'm
movie,
trying to
a movie.
A movie. Okay, there you go.
Okay,
Right.
yeah.
Movie.
Well,
Live action.
well, I got some news for you. All right,
Pacific Rim.
the word on the street. I got a source inside that said specifically, Amazon has according to the Hollywood Reporter as well, also intends to make a live action feature with the director. His name is Rawson Thunber. He did Red Notice. You guys remember that film?
Yes,
recently with The Rock.
Yep.
Ryan
Reynolds and Gal Gadot. Right.
Yeah, on Netflix show.
All right. So here's the thing. There's a bidding war, and Amazon Prime is currently the front runner for this and is allegedly the winner, but is in talks to pick up this live action Voltron with this director from Red Notice.
Wow.
Now, this is big, Game God.
It is.
I'm surprised you're not falling out of your seat right now.
I do have a question for you, because I don't know if our sources are the same, because we do have our independent sources.
Yeah.
I also heard, I didn't hear the Prime piece, but I heard that there was a live action that wanted to focus around the black and the red lines only.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if that's the case. I don't know. But
So that's the piece that makes me hesitant.
if they do that, it's going to be bad.
Correct.
Yeah. What we don't want is Voltron
black and red series.
another story. We don't want that version. Because then we're gonna get the Game Gods loves this term now, the Wish version, and that's what we don't want. But I will say we've been impressed with some of Amazon's releases with their special effects.
Sure.
And so I think they can do a really good job if they pull it out right. But it's got, again, like anything else, we can get all excited because I'm telling you, this is exciting news for anybody.
Halo.
This is exciting news. There you go. But the difference is, and here's a real difference between that Halo and this, is that they've done TV series enough with Voltron, right? That's what it was. It wasn't a game made to a TV series.
So if they did one, they did like a 6 to 10 episodes in a first piece.
The normal season.
So I could do not just a movie, but a regular show. They could put an episode solely on the black line, put an episode solely on the red line, et cetera, et cetera. I think you could do that easily to get to Voltron. Kind of like what the newest Voltron did in their series. I thought they did a spectacular job with that. I mean,
absolutely.
Is there anybody that you think that's an A-lister that you go, I think you got to have this person in this movie? Is there anybody that you could think?
Wow, man, you throw a curveball.
I know.
I'm just asking.
I'm a horrible at getting actors and matching them up without any type of prep. So this is not Mike. You're gonna have to take the lead on this, because first person I
don't have to. I mean, you could say no. I think they need all brand new actors. I think you need up and comers. I think that's what's going to set it apart and make them make names for people. Or do you think, oh no, I think you definitely go after the big names? Like you think of a movie like Knives Out. All right, the Knives Out go out and they get Daniel Craig, they get Don Johnson, they get they got a lot of people in Knives Out.
I heard that name in a while.
Yeah,
So here's the problem, Moose, is that, as you're saying, if you go to get these characters or these people that are well known, you bring them in, because I've seen some of these, like they try to bring them in because they're names, and it just doesn't do great. I think what you said is exactly right. They need to come out with new people to play this role. Yeah. And then you need to watch the Voltron series, the original one, before they come and apply for the position.
Well, here's the thing. When you get brand new people, to Mike's point, to Moose's point, when you get brand new people, right? You don't have any expectations, right? they don't steal the title of the show,
Mhm.
right? You know, when you see, so a perfect example is Black Adam, right?
Sure.
That's not about Black Adam. It's about The Rock playing Black Adam,
Right.
right? And so I think Black Adam as a character is great, but
Yeah.
now I just see The Rock,
Yeah.
right? So so when I look at Voltron, I don't want anybody that I'm going to recognize. Now you play a risk with that, right? Because you're like, you know, so
Were
you
they
got to
see the
make sure.
film, or were they tune in to see the show? Right. Yeah.
Right.
So,
right.
but the risk is that you have to do your due diligence of casting and do a lot of casting calls to find the right person to fit this, and you can build around that character the story, right?
Yeah.
Not trying to put a story around a character that's already life size.
Yeah.
So I think you have to with this. And can you imagine? And I wanted to say this before you went into the character piece. Pacific Rim. Right,
Mhm.
I know it's one of your favorite films, Moose. Right, and my biggest gripe is that the water is only 2 feet deep when you look at these things, right? But the buildings is just as tall as them. But what I did believe they did well is they made the robots look amazing, right? And when you look at that,
hey, by the way, I read a source where somebody put across the line that they're going to do a reboot of Pacific Rim. Anyway.
And I'd watch it. I truly was.
Yeah.
So when I see that, I can only imagine. I mean, you see the Transformers. Like now, they weren't G1 Transformers, right? But they were Transformers, and their Transformer was pretty cool. When I look at that, can you imagine the lines running across the field?
Yeah.
And then they
it's time to go to Voltron. Yes.
And they start. And you get all the gears and the sprockets and clamp onto each other, and all I see, right, is when they finally form. And you got the one hand put out, and then the feet, and then
like
they pull
where
out
you're going.
the sword, and they hold the sword.
Yes,
man, goosies when I talk about it. So to your point, Moose,
if it happens that way, yes,
if it does.
Otherwise, it's going to be the red and black line just running through a field.
By the way, Game God, that's exactly what I pictured when he mentioned it too. So just so you're in good company.
So when you're asking me, you should be falling out your seat, because in my mind, that's what I want.
Yeah.
Right. But what I read before that, if it was the same source, a different source, was Red and Black Lion, and I'm like, all right, here goes a money eater.
Now, if you had to choose between the special effects or the actors, where would you put more money into? What are you more interested into as a fan?
I say the special effects.
I'm with you, Moose. I'm with you.
The actors can certainly bring up a role if they're A-listers. They could bring up a role. The problem is getting them to do a second one is going to be that much tougher, and they're not going to be a quote pigeonholed into this. This I don't want to be Robin forever. Like forget about it. I'll be Robin forever. I'll be the best Robin you've ever seen.
Yeah,
or Moon Knight. Yes, exactly. Perfect example, Game God. Perfect example.
Special fact, you got to go all out. You got to Michael Bay this up.
I am all in with you guys, because we could sit there. We've done it before. We talked about, man, the acting was really good, but man, those special effects were horrible. And I'd rather be going, man, it looks so good. They could do a little better with the acting or some of the plot, but the special effects are awesome.
But you know what? But I go back to the first episode, Halo, right? Where man, that's a pretty cool. We some of the green screen was kind of iffy.
Yeah.
But the elite look good. The guns look good in the first episode.
Yeah.
In the first episode. No, only in the first episode.
That's what I meant. Yeah. So far, when we saw that thing, we thought we gave it praise, and then since then, it's all been downhill. And let me ask you this. So this director, this Rawson Thurber. So guess what else is on his plate somewhere? It's probably going to be in the realm of next year or something like that. Guess what?
Gabe God's looking it up right now. So
don't stop looking it up, Gabe God. Guess what else is on his plate? He's turning a video game into a movie. Speaking of Halo, and guess which video game he's going to be doing?
Give me a genre. You got to give me a genre.
Oh man,
genre of video game. You got to give me something to work. Yeah, something to work with.
I don't know what genre means for a video game.
First-person shooter, action game, action adventure.
Let's go
sci-fi.
I would say first-person shooter, but it's not first-person. Let's just say shooter. Third-person shooter.
Okay.
Video game.
Okay.
Modern day.
Modern day.
GTA.
No, good guess. Magic Mike, any idea?
This is not my area of expertise.
I know, but
Do you have one of those? No. I had to put that in there. Hallelujah.
Says the person looking up everything as we talk about it. No, I don't have a guess for a third person shooter.
Okay,
No
all right. Here we go. The Division.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, that's the what else is on
That
his
makes
plate?
sense.
I'm like,
I'm
wow. If you could pull that off, that might be really cool.
Let me tell you, that makes sense because you can bring so much into that. Like, you don't have all you have to do is put some of the video game stuff into it, and the storyline is just
It's already written for you. Yeah, you've already got it.
Yep.
All right, so I'm my initial is like, yeah, I want to do this, but then I kind of look back at it. Will it just fall into another, apocalyptic type military movie?
Well, and what if it does? Because what would stand out to you for the Division?
The wristbands, the little things that come up.
The dark zone, right?
That's right.
Dark
That's
zone.
right.
So you know the dark zone's going to be in there.
Yeah,
And it has to be, because that's a staple.
that's part of the game.
Exactly. So you know those things are going to be there. So I guess my point being is everything else is an apocalyptic movie.
Yeah.
So you're going to have the key things. I think it has to be. So it's going to feel like an apocalyptic movie until you go, aha, there it is.
Here's the thing that I hope that they put into a movie like this, and that is when you down a bad guy, you take his weapon if it's better.
Curb stop him. Oh no, wrong one. Okay,
wrong one.
That's
no,
gear. Sorry.
Like I think that people forget that whenever I watch movies, I always think, I don't know, but he seemed to have a better weapon than you. Why don't you take his weapon?
No. I want to use my deagle.
Right.
Got 3 bullets left.
Yeah.
This guy's got a M60, 3 clips attached to it, laid on the ground with a grenade under.
He's got clips all along his body and all of his webbing. He's got clips all over the place, and you're down to your handgun.
Yeah, I was
anyway.
it's funny you brought that up because I was just watching a movie just recently, and I was like, "Hey, what? Just pick that up, man. He's got all the ammo you need right there. Just pick up his gun. You're good."
Exactly.
The best part is when they step over the body and then they take the clip out. I only got 2 bullets left. That's the best part. Hey, you forgot that back there.
Let me add something more to you guys to talk about.
And by the way, Moose never forgets ammo when he plays.
I have plenty of ammo. Don't you worry about that. When you need ammo, you come see me. All right. Thor: Love and Thunder released their trailer. Where everybody saw this.
Yep.
What's your first reaction? I'll go Game God first. What's your first reaction here, Game God?
I'm like, is this Marvel? I was like, it's like, what's going on here? I'm like, first of all, he's the first Marvel character to have a 4th movie.
Yes.
Right? And this is what you're giving me? I say keep it. I'm not thrilled at all. This trailer
from what we saw for the trailer, I get what you're saying. That's because that's all we're talking about.
Yeah, this is a trailer. Minute 20 seconds they give you, right?
All right, Magic Mike, where are you sitting? Your first thoughts?
Okay. This is scary bad. I mean, this is scary bad. Like you're gonna go and you see this, you're going, what are they doing? I mean, it's almost like they're not even trying anymore. They're just going off the name of Marvel and Thor. Because it doesn't feel like a Marvel movie, to Game God's point. And on top of that, I feel like is this a spoof? Is this what this is supposed to be? They're just showing, this is a fan-made teaser trailer. That's what it felt like.
Hey, look into your eyes when you love someone and you're talking to them, Mike.
And I mean, and we get the Guardians of the Galaxy, right? That they're in there. The Guardians are in there. Yep. And then who's missing?
Groot.
Gamora. We don't see Gamora.
Oh, I thought I saw her in there.
I did not see her in there. No,
I thought that's who he was looking at when he was talking to Thor, and then Thor followed his head, followed his eyes.
Yeah,
I did not see her in there.
Yeah, it wasn't Star-Lord. He was trying to look at. He's trying to look past Star-Lord. By far the funniest part of the
he was, but I don't think he was looking at Gamora. And maybe I'm wrong, but nonetheless, that just tells you what the trailer is. I'm telling you, man, this does not look good.
All right, I was underwhelmed with the trailer, to say the least. The coolest part of the trailer for me was, of course, when you saw Jane with the hammer, which I go, meh.
But it doesn't even fit.
But was that was that really the coolest part? Because
I saw Mjolnir fly through the air. So
yes. But it doesn't even fit the rest of the trailer. That part doesn't fit the rest of the trailer.
It doesn't, but that just means there's more to the movie, which is a good thing that there's more to the movie, because so far from this, hopefully what we've saw there was the first 10 minutes of the movie.
I'm hoping it's the first minute and 20.
Yeah,
I'm hoping for.
Good luck. It definitely was a snoozer, and that's just my opinion. Now, I will say that the shot, when it looked like when you saw what's the Rock guy's name? I forget his name.
Korg.
Kroger.
Oh yeah,
Korg.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you see him, Thor, and Kroger down there. Oh no, I'm sorry, it's Korg. When you see Thor and Korg, the shot looks a little empty to me, and I'm wondering if they edited that out because it looked like somebody
do that stuff.
Yeah, right. It looked like it was missing a third person. And I'm thinking maybe they're holding back a little bit there.
Well, you could be right, Moose. I think they are, but they should have definitely said, okay, and it could be Beta Ray, but they should have looked at this, and somebody should have looked at this trailer and said, no, let's do something different.
This was
Who approved this?
This was a bad trailer.
Okay, let's take what you said there, Game God. If it's Beta Ray Bill, if they put Beta Ray Bill in this film and they introduce him, would the film be that much better?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So maybe that is something that they'll introduce. I mean, if they want to make a good film, they better put in Beta Ray Bill.
Well, they just need to change what we're looking at. Period.
That's too late.
It looked like this reminds me of a college project with 4 other people, right? That said, hey, we got to present something tomorrow. Nobody did anything, right? And everybody didn't talk to nobody, and they brought their own piece of project to the project, right?
Yeah.
And put it all together and say, hey, you go first, I go second. My part's the best, so I'm just gonna end with mine. Makes no sense, but we're gonna go with it. Hopefully we get an A. Hopefully we get an A. And I gotta tell you, if I was the teacher grading this project, man, they lucky if they got a D from me. Because this thing was horrible.
They have to know what they're doing, though. We can't think that this movie is going to be that bad, right?
Okay, Moose.
It's got to be the trailer.
I want to agree with you. I really do. I want to agree with you. But what have we seen as of late, even the TV shows? So I want to agree, but
the TV shows makes me feel that way, Mike.
Why is Korg back in this thing? Honestly,
fan favorite.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
I thought it was just like Waikiki wanting to do some more want to do some more voiceover work.
The comedy piece is all it's about. That's what it is for that little.
Seems silly to me.
So and here's the other thing for me is that Thor has never been about comedy.
That's why it seems silly to me.
Like Thor has always been.
But that's why Ragnarok did not fit for me personally.
And that was essentially the turning point of the Thor series was Ragnarok.
Yeah,
because the first two was Thor and what was it, the Dark World or
Dark World? Dark World's the second one.
Yeah. So those first two, they weren't extremely great in comparison to the other MCU movies.
Okay,
but if I watch those two over the third and this now potentially fourth one, unless I'm missing something from the fourth one, I'd rather watch the first two again.
Yeah.
Well, and to be honest, if I can be honest for a minute, I actually don't just go pick Thor movies out to watch anyway. Like when I'm sitting down, I'll pick one of the other Marvels, and they were good. Don't get me wrong, but to Game God's point, they weren't. But
were they really good though? Were they good because they're Thor, or were they really like you say they're good? I say they're good because Thor is in it, right? And Thor is a great character, and he's great in the movie. But were they really good?
Yeah, they were good. Yeah, I'm not going to say great, but they were good.
I think they were okay. I don't think they were even good. I think they're just okay. Okay. Like to your point, I have not watched a Thor movie on purpose and say I want to watch this. Like I don't.
When did you watch one that wasn't on purpose? I'm just curious.
No, that's exactly my point.
When did you watch any Marvel movie that wasn't on purpose?
No,
when did you wake up? When did you go? Oh, that was an accident. I didn't mean to watch that one.
It was an accident to watch Thor. It was an accident to watch Thor.
When did you accidentally see it? Is what I'm asking.
Yeah, apparently when I first saw the first time.
Evidently, because you haven't put on one since, even accidentally.
But when I go on to Disney Plus and I'm going on and I'm looking and say, what MCU movie I want to watch? I'll watch an Iron Man 1 and 2. Right? I'll watch. I'm definitely putting on an Infinity War. That's top of the list. You know, I'd even go as far as to say, you know, I watch an Avengers. You know, the original Avengers.
Game
right?
God might even choose Endgame.
Yeah, you know what? I choose Endgame over any Thor movie. And if anyone knows anything about, I'm not a big fan about Endgame.
Yeah.
But at the end of it all, I don't dare say, you know what? I miss Ragnarok. Let me watch that. That had some good stuff in there.
A lot of people like Ragnarok. I personally did. It didn't hit on the cylinders for me personally, and even Goldblum. Will we see Goldblum in this upcoming movie? Is that what we're going to see again, back at the same place?
I guess it's possible. Now, I did like Ragnarok. Not like it wasn't great for me, but I think I liked it probably a little bit better than you guys because I liked some of the comedy. Jeff Goldblum's piece was obviously great, but you know, I don't feel like this is going different direction. It's like they're saying, "Hey, Thor is now a comedic god." That's what that's what we're gonna do.
Well, he's the new Loki
in the entire. Yeah, exactly. In the entire history of Thor. He's never hung up the hammer, so to speak. He's never like been funny. He's never hung up the hammer. Like this is just
he's never not been a hero.
He's not the peace-loving guy.
Yeah, so I'm like, and is it because they're trying to move on to another, phase, 4 or 5 on the MCU?
Come on, Moose. That's a silly question because they can do that many ways. Not.
I know.
Like you almost can take any character from the MCU if you want a throwaway character. Just make somebody new. Don't use Thor.
I completely agree. But here's the other thing. So he puts the hammer in the ground and plants it for the original Storm breaker is what did I say? Stormbreaker.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Stormbreaker. Yeah, is Beta Ray Bill. So is this the opportunity that hammer then gets turned over to Beta Ray Bill? Is this the opportunity that I'm just trying to figure out, is that the move they're going with?
But here's the problem with that question, Moose, is that, and I agree, if they do this is perfect. But why do we need to see all these other things they're showing us to get there? In the trailer, there's nothing in the trailer that makes me want to watch the movie. So why?
Listen, Will Poulter playing Adam Warlock is more exciting than seeing this trailer and saying I want to go see Thor 4.
You know what? You're right about that, and we were down on that, and now I'm all up on that. I'm like, oh no, I think
they got to win with this one. It's a winner.
I think Adam Warlock's going to be great. Listen, everybody, thanks for joining us on this particular episode. We want to do it again with you next week. Feel free to join us live. Oh, we miss you.
I was just leaving.
Nerd alert, nerd alert, nerd alert, nerd alert.
You've been listening to Podcast for Sci-Fi with Moose, Game God, and Magic Mike. Nerds have more fun. If it's anything sci-fi, we're talking about it. We had fun, and we hope you did too. We have to split, but we'll be back soon. In the meantime, hit us up at podcast4sci-fi.com. This is Podcast for Sci-Fi, where all things sci-fi come to life. Come to life.